Alright, there we are. Cool. Hello everybody, it's Thal McRom, and we're back in Vintage Story in my vanilla world. We just finished our road to the sea over there with our nice new warehouse. I've got some other little bits of work to do to get the base kind of really where I want it. For example, I'm going to be working on getting some more brass to make some more torch holders to help finish lighting up the area by the warehouse over there. And then I'm also going to be working on making, some more iron weapons and gear to take with me in the next part of the story. As well as just doing some general, farm maintenance here, because I got a lot of stuff I need to do farm-wise. So, we're really just kind of hanging out, working our way through winter while we work on some projects. Go, get that seed. See here. Anything out here that's not going to finish growing? Rye. So it looks like rye. So this all might actually grow. But welcome to stream, folks. This is my vanilla playthrough for people who are just joining. And I'm working on just doing a little bit of maintenance around the base. And then we're going to be working on getting some more prep work done for the next storyline, which is the Desolation, for people who don't know. I'm also going to be working on getting some brass going to make some more torch holders to get some more light along my nice new cave that I cut through the wall there. As well as we're going to finish up the road a little bit, and I'm also going to build an area over there to park the elk when I ride the elk that direction. So these are all things we're going to be working on. Right now I'm just taking care of the farm stuff I've been ignoring while I was building that road. Like all this flax I need to harvest. So much flax. Goodness. Let's see here. That's not ready yet. That one is. That one is. So welcome, folks. I hope everybody's had a good day so far. There we go. Grab all that. Oh, that is now ready. It wasn't ready a second ago. Alright. That one's still got a little bit of time left. So this is actually the greenhouse I built during my last winter season in the game. It's actually worked out pretty well. Now I'm just... I actually can plant things like rye and stuff over winter in it pretty effectively. Which I just need more seeds for that. That's one of the things I've also been working on, is getting more rye seed and whatnot. Alright, so that's that one. Those are all still growing on that side. Yeah, alright. So let's put the flax seeds away. Too cold for the spelt. The only thing I really got is the parsnips and the rye. Because while the carrots could handle the weather, they use the same nutrients. So I can't really plant the carrots. We'll do what we can here. There we go. You can see if I've got any more seeds out here in my other seed box. Let's see here. Too cold for the cabbage. Well, we could take these parsnips. Rye. Yeah, we'll take the parsnips and the rye and see what... Now, you know what? I will take the spelt just because at this point. Oh, wow. There's a temporal rift right over there. Turn around for a second. Temporal rift. Alright, let's do the rye first. Rye. And parsnips. We do as much of the parsnips as we can. Keep the vegetables going. And we can do one more. And then we'll do some spelt. There we go. Alright. How's all this up here looking? Okay. Put that in there. Spelt, go down there. Beautiful. Then we can put all this away. And also, folks, feel free to ask questions in the chat. I am watching chat. And we're just going to throw this right in there, make some flour. Alright. We'll put the rest of this away. There we go. Definitely running low on places to store my twine. Let's see here. I think we'll make the glider. So I need a piece of leather. I need 2 bolts of plain fabric. Let's see how we make those. That's easy enough. And there's our 2 bolts of fabric. Done. I need the glider schematics. Done. Need 6 sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I just need some rusty gears. That's this box over here. So it was 1, 2, leather, schematics, cloth, and sticks. And there we go. There's the glider. It has 2 storage slots. Where does this equip? How do I equip this thing? Do I just do one? I think I have to put it in a backpack slot. Is that how this works? Is it like this? Aha! It is. Okay, so that goes in a backpack slot. I'm going to put it in here. We'll save that for later. Alright, we now have the glider for when we go to the desolation. Alright, I had somewhere else I was storing this stuff, didn't I? I can put some... There we go, I can put some in here. Perfect. And... Yes, I did have some linen fabric in there. Oh, I even had the cloth already. I didn't have to make the cloth. Hilarious. Yeah, that's what I get for not paying attention. Alright. So, let's see here. We got some fencing. Wattle fencing is going to become more space for beehives. There's so many... There's a lot of rift activity out here tonight. I can go there. Nope. Alright, y'all. Come here. Come on. You're gonna fight me. Come over here and fight me. There they are. It's 2 of them. Ooh, that was close. Not gonna fight the Botorn. It's a few too... That's a little too much firepower. Corn's going fine. Alright, there we go. What do we have here? I do have some brass. Fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, do I have any more brass stashed around? That's tin bronze. What about up here? No, it does not appear. So I have zinc. It's copper I'm short on. Let's see what I can do for copper. And brass here. Can I get... Put this in here. What can I get to? I can get to 300. Yeah, that's something. We can work with that. Grab 3. That's 3 more brass ingots. There we go. Do I have any more copper stuffed in here somewhere? Magnetite, magnetite. Galena, lead. Mining bag. Doesn't look like it. Okay. I'll just put this back over here. So, that's one of the things I'm going to have to go do this episode, is we're going to have to get some more copper to make some more brass. Because I don't think I have anything left in here anywhere. We got that tin bronze amulet, but that's not copper. Yeah, so that's all the copper I've got left. More copper will be needed. I need to put that away. Put this in here for now. Grab the tomes. Yes, drifters, we hear you. I know. You want to come in and play. You're such overly friendly neighbors. The most unwelcome of neighbors. Because they don't have good manners. They're just aggressive. Those drifters. But I'd rather deal with them than the Botorn. Because Botorn shooting my house up with arrows. Just terrible. What is the... It's only medium, so I don't know why there's like 3 rifts in my front yard. Alright, come on. I want to pour this brass before I go to bed for the evening in game. Because my thought process is, we'll sleep through the night, and then in the morning, we'll deal with a little bit more crafting, because I'm going to need to make a new iron forks. I have an iron knife, so that's fine. Iron pick's a little low on durability. It's also going to be time to replace the axe, because my iron axe broke and I just didn't bother making a new one, because I had a copper axe laying around. So, we're just going to have to work on that. There we go. Yeah, that's good to go. Let's go pour these ingots. There we go. I should stop standing on the brass. There you go. You know, I'm good at this. Standing on brass ingots. Just helps wake you up in the morning, right? Alright, let's go ahead and eat this stew. Okay, I need some more food. Alright. Running low on food. What do we have here? I have some bush meat. We'll cook that up. We're just going to cook it down. Let's see what else I can make. Ooh, I know what I can do. Yeah, there we go. That'll be good. I'm going to grab some of these. Got like 6 of those. I'll grab like 12. 12 pairs. And grab like 24. That's too many. 24 spelt. There we go. And then I think onion might be too strong. Yeah, we'll do... no, we'll do carrots. Here we go. Just need like 12 carrots. There we go. We're going to have a spelt, and carrot, and all stew. Or, well, it's not stew, it's porridge, technically. Yeah, I think we could do that, and then that. There we go. There's that. And then let's grab a little bit of fuel for it. There we go. Beautiful. And I hope everybody's having a good evening. I am. And over here, we're just going to cook up this bushmeat real quick. Just to eat a little bit of meat here. That away. Alright, I can put away this piece of flax that I found. Yeah. And let's get... I wanted 2 of those. We're going to put these crocks down, and we're going to fill them up with some of this porridge here that we're making. Get a nice couple servings of porridge. Wow, this bushmeat might take a little more firewood to make than I thought. Well, the good news is, making firewood's easy. There we go. Yeah, perfect. So, get a little bit of cooking done. Go to bed for the evening and game, and in the game and morning, we will go and deal with our tools. We need some more tools. And we're also going to need to make... So my plan is to make a whole bunch of iron arrows to take with me to the Desolation. I have my armor. I've got a full set of iron chainmail. And for my kind of just wandering around working armor, I've got my gambeson, my tailored gambeson, because I don't have the class limited recipes turned on. Let's grab that, put this in there, and then it's spelt, turnips, or partial, or yeah, there we go. That should be it. All right, and doot and doot. There we go. All right, that's done. Put this one back in here and save the firewood. Now I'm just going to eat this bushmeat real quick. Here's our protein. Protein looks fine, actually. Yep. Hello, Drifter. Yeah, I see you. But I'm making some brass ingots because you need brass ingots to make the torch holders, which I have one back here. I need to do something about these. Where is it? Right here. This is the brass. Well, this is an aged torch holder that I got, but you can make these using brass. They're a little expensive, but it's the only way to make torch holders in the base game. That's something I kind of wish they would change. I wish they'd add extra torch holder recipes. Like, let me make copper or iron torch holders. I'd love to be able to make, like, iron torch holders. Be nice. Alright. There we go. Alright. Beautiful. So we got 3 nice crocks of porridge. We're just going to throw them up here. I'll keep one with us. Oh man, that topped us up really nice. Look at that. Cool. Now, put our character to bed for the evening. And hopefully when the sun comes up, the drifters and friends will have cleared out. Letting us get back to work without being bothered anyways. I do need to see how many iron ingots I've got left. Okay. Nope. They are all still here. Look at all this. Look at these guys just hanging out in my front yard. Rich activity is calm. Alright. I have to deal with this. Alright, you two. Clear up. Nope. I know you. You're going to try and get far enough away so you can attack. There we go. There we go. Oh, there goes that knife. That's okay. I was trying to break that knife anyways. My future fruit orchard. Next season it should actually generate... Oh man, look at that. Another temporal gear. Oh, hello. Who invited you to this party? Come on. I mean, this is at least letting me use up the last of my iron sword, I suppose. Anyone else? Still out here? Oh, looks like they finally cleared out. Nope, no. Ah, you came back. Okay. Well, at least it was a profitable morning so far. Any other unwanted guests? Okay. Alright, now let's go put this stuff away. Put that one in there. And put my linen fibers down here. And then somewhere around here. Oh, it was here. There's my spot where I've been keeping my bone arrows, which I just use. They're kind of like my backup arrows. Alright. Let's go see what I've got in the way of iron ingots. Oh, I forgot I'd made some more ingot molds. Let's see here, just put these over here. Okay, well, I have one iron ingot. What do I have in this box? Here, I have 6 iron blooms. And some black coal. And let's grab a little bit of charcoal. And we'll also grab this iron ingot. And then we're going to grab these tongs. And we're going to go upstairs. Let me up the ladder. Here we go. Alright. I should probably actually grab some more charcoal. Hindsight's 20/20, as they say. Let me grab, like... There you go. 20 charcoal will do it. Alright. Now, these should all have iron blooms in them. Yes, they do. So this is where I process the last of the iron I mined. I'm basically out of iron ore at this point. I mean, I've got some that I've still not smelted downstairs, but not a lot. There we go. I don't know if we're actually breaking both parts of the bloom, or the bloom reefs separately actually generates a better return on these bricks, but my superstition says it does. There you go. Alright. Put these back. And actually, since I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and process that last bit of iron I got here. Just because I can. Okay. And there it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that should be all the magnetite nuggets I have. Yep. Yep, and that's going to be basically it until I can find some more iron. Alright. Cool. There we go. And I don't think you can mix nugget types, unless I checked. So, like, if you've got hematite, you have to use hematite. If you have magnetite, you have to use magnetite. If you have iron bits somehow, you have to use iron bits. I about messed that up. And it's not going to work without the top of it. There we go. Good lord. There we go. Alright. Cool. There. This will let me process my iron ingots nicely. Love this elf hammer. Elf hammer is fantastic. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out some more of this dirt back here. Because eventually I'm going to build in a nice, you know, kind of closed-in area up here to use my elf hammer in. So I don't get harassed by drifters and things. And I'm going to take this dirt and use some of it to build a little area for my elk next to my dock. Which is way over here. There's my dock. You can see it on the map. That's where that road goes. I had to mine through this mountain. It took me like 3 streams, like 2 episodes to do it. Because I kept having to deal with things like, oh, I mined into a cave, now I'm being harassed by drifters. You know, things like that. Alright. Takes a while for these things to get up to heat. Adding extra charcoal does not increase that speed, it just makes the forge burn longer. And since my goal is to kind of pick up one bloom, throw down another one, and then throw it on the anvil, just work our way through that way. I like to get them up to maximum heat, too. Even though it's unnecessary. There we go. Let me go turn that down real quick. There. I don't want that, like, deafening you all as it hammers away. Having a help hammer is amazing in this game. Makes life so much easier. But the iron chainmail set, the full set of iron chainmail I made that initially without a help hammer. And let me tell you, that was a lot of forging in this game. Oh, right, how's my black screen is almost fully ground. So I'm going to turn that black screen into bread dough and then let it rot to make more compost. That's my whole plan with that. Wow, and I'm actually finishing the iron ingots faster than my blooms are heating up. I think I'm just going to take this one, put it over here. There we go. Because 900 degrees is plenty hot enough to actually work the blooms. 900 degrees Celsius, I should be clear. It's actually considerably hotter than that in Fahrenheit. Because the temperature also does not change how fast the help hammer processes it. It processes it at a layer at a time, 1 voxel at a time per strike. What really affects that is how fast your windmills turn. But if you really want it really fast, you want a mod called Millwright. I've been watching someone else play with that mod. And my next playthrough, definitely getting Millwright. Just because you can make some crazy fast windmills with Millwright. I'm also curious to see the water wheels you're going to be adding in the next major update, it looks like. Let's see how those do. I'm working on that one. We're just going to get a few more ingots done here. And then we'll make the tools we need. Which is going to be a new falx, a new axe. I think I technically already have another iron pickaxe downstairs, so I may not need to make one of those. And then arrowheads. Need lots of iron arrowheads. Because my goal is to take something like 30 iron arrows with me to the Desolation, which is the next big story POI. It's also where my next story quest takes me. So we'll have to see if I can get it. I should have the feathers and all to do that, and the sticks are not really a problem. Almost done. So that's 3, 4. It's 4 ingots. Come on. Iron bloom. Good enough. There you go. Yeah, it's processing. I was like, I was a little worried about that one not being warm enough, but it was. And while that processes, go out and survey our land and our holdings. So, one of the things I need to do is I need to build lightning rod and put it over my chicken coop over there, because apparently it's super common for lightning to strike chickens and kill them. I can still hear them over there occasionally, so I think they're fine. But it's one of the things. And then I have my pig pen, which I need to check on. They should have had their next litter soon. And way in the distance there, that little wall of fence, that's where I've got some sheep that I keep meaning to move closer, but I haven't done it yet. Just trying to figure out a good way to move those sheep over here. Okay, I was like, did it stop processing? No, it's still processing. Good. There we go. That's an ingot. Granted, the sheep aren't of really high value to me until I can get salt with which to make pickles, which will then let me make cheese. Because that's the whole goal. Trying to get the sheep to get milk to make cheese. I should probably actually just do goats. Because goats, you can actually catch the babies in the little traps. The sheep, you apparently can't catch the babies. So, things we've learned. Or I've learned. I even made one of the new, like, crate traps. The reinforced wooden crate traps. Apparently that can't catch the bighorn sheep. So, if you're out there and you're trying to catch sheep, don't use the crate trap. It's not going to help you. It does work on goats, though. So, I suppose I could just catch goats and use goats. We'll have to see. We'll have to think about that. There we go. Come on. You're almost warmed up. Again, I'm just going to do a few more ingots, folks. Because I know that Hellhammer can be quite a racket. Come on. Get on there, please. Oh, my wind's slowing down on me. Alright, wind. Who told you could stop? Oh, good. My flour is done. Very nice. Man, Hellhammer, you're gonna have to speed that up there, Hellhammer, because I can do that faster with my regular hammer. There it goes. Now the wind's starting to pick back up. Good. Good, good, good. Maybe. A little bit. You see, the thing is, with 2 windmills up there, I've got plenty of torque for the Hellhammer now. But, because of the way the windmills work in Vintage Story, it really doesn't increase your speed too much. Actually, I'm pretty sure I can put an extra set of sails on that one. Hold on. We're going to go improve this just a hair. I can make a minor improvement to my windmill real quick. Hold on. Nope. Yes, here we go. Grab these. Alright, alright. I was looking at that and I realized my windmills are not actually even. Hold on. Yeah, there's only 3 sails on that one and there's 4 on this back one. So, what I can do... There we go. That should help them maintain speed a little bit better. Or at least, I think it will. Because with more sails, they catch the wind a bit better. Yeah, that seems to be helping a little bit. Not sure. I have to keep an eye on that. See if that makes any improvement up there with the extra set of sails in the front one, since they're now both got 4 sails. Because again, I think I'm at the point where I have plenty of torque, just not enough consistent wind speed. But one of the things that you can do is like, so I could put in theory like 2 more windmills on that up there. And then if I wanted to, I could come over here, get another axle going, you know, put another Helve-hammer right here, and have 2 Helve-hammers working on the same project. And it will double the speed, because now you've got 2 hammers working. I might actually do that. I might actually increase the power generation of this windmill here. And just add a second Helve-hammer. That might be a good, like, long-term goal. But anyways, I hope everybody's having a good evening. Or at least it's evening for me. Whatever time of day it is for you all. I hope you're having a good day. Feel free to chat. I am watching the chat, monitoring the chat. Ask questions. Stack those up. No, I'm just going to stack that one up too. Why not? Very good. Alright. And actually, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it finish that ingot, and then I'm going to come down here. Are these done? These are done. There we go. I'm going to put one of these ingots away. These brass ingots. There we go. And I'll just put this up here for now. There we go. Iron. Cool. Because what we're going to do, I'm going to grab a little more charcoal. Yeah, there we go. And we're going to make those brass plates I need. Got 6 more iron blooms working there. There we go. Get those heating up. Just to alternate it up a little bit, so I'm not just doing iron refining here. Because the Helve-hammer can do 2 things. It can make ingots out of iron ingots, well, iron blooms, I should say. I think you can also process, like, blister steel, because I think you have to work the blister steel a little bit when you pull that out of a cementation furnace. So I think you can do those 2 things. And then, it can also make plates out of metal. In this case, we're going to make brass plates. And that's so that we can make more torch holders. What do I hear? The music's kicking up like there's a storm blowing in. Or a temporal storm. Or a temporal or rift activity. It says it's calm right now. So I don't know. Come on. There we go. Process that one, and that'll be the last iron ingot for the moment. Alright. Hopefully the storm will blow in and pick up the pace of my windmill. Get this iron processed a little faster. Definitely thinking about that second helve hammer now. There we go. Definitely get better wind speed at night. Come on. Don't stop now. Helve hammer. But yeah, with 9 iron ingots, we could more than replace our tools. You get started on making some of those arrowheads. And then from there, we'll make some more medical supplies, because I'm going to need some more medical supplies to take with me to the desolation. And we're also going to take my glider that I just made. So if you just joined, you just missed me making a glider. Which lets you slowly, or well, glide down from high places. And is, I'll just say it's probably important for the desolation, without too many spoilers there. That's my advice on that. I've never run the desolation before, but I've seen other people run it, so that's why I'm like, you may want the glider to take with you. Good lord, what is going on with the wind? Just not having good luck with the wind tonight in my game. I just want my brass plates. Come on. I've got enough for four brass plates. That's all I want. 4 brass plates will let me make 4 torch holders, which should let me. It won't let me get the lighting I exactly want at my docks that I just finished building in the last stream, but it will get me pretty close to enough lighting for what I want. I mean, we'll have to make some more torches, but that's not a huge deal. There we go. I can work on the next one. Okay. Music's really kicking off right now in the game. Not sure what's going on. This is one of the problems with not having like the expanded, you know, because one of the mods I like gives you like kind of an expanded set of just what's going on. It'll tell you like wind speed, temperature, stuff like that down here on the sides. But I don't have that one on right now because again, this is my vanilla playthrough, so having to go without that extra data that I like. I'm trying to figure out if it's like rift activity, which it says calm, so that's not what's causing the music to kick up. Normally that would mean then there's like a storm blowing in. So it may just be on the edge of a storm somewhere. Maybe a storm like over that way or something. Can't tell. Especially with it becoming nighttime. Let's get some light. There we go. Light. Come on. You're almost into that one. 2 more hits. There it is. There we go. That one there. Because see, I can just take these 2. And there's 2 brass torch holders right there. Which effectively means it takes you 2 ingots per torch holder. It's just interesting that you have to make them in that pattern using 2 at a time like that. And I also wish you could do it out of things other than brass. Like, I know I said this earlier in the stream, but I really think, like, you know, either copper or iron, or even bronze. Like, any of those metals you should be able to make the torch holders out of, I think. There you go. What time is it in game? Yeah, we spent all day forging in game today. You can see it's December 6th in my world. So we're halfway through December in game. Because I have 12-day months. Default's 9, but I set it to 12. I just feel like that's not too much. You can do all the way up to 30 and just drive yourself a bit crazy. Which I may do that someday. But probably not on like a stream playthrough or anything like this, like I'm doing here. But just like on a personal playthrough at some point, or maybe on a private server. Which I am getting ready to set up a private server for my community. It's going to be a vanilla server, though. We got some new players who've never played before, so I want to give them a chance to learn the game before I start throwing mods at them. Alright. There we go. Getting a little more speed now. See if the wind holds out. I'm just going to keep heating up these blooms until the fuel runs out. I'm not going to add any more fuel to it right now. Because then after this finishes and we process these last few blooms, I've got my hot bar. We're going to move downstairs and actually make the tools I need. Oh, that one finished. Hold on. While we wait on that to do this, go ahead and grab the new blooms I just got. I'm not going to process all of these, but you want to get them out of the bloomery here. There we go. Yeah, we won't stack them because they won't be hot enough to process it. There we go. We can work on that. Alright, there we go. And our next set of torch holders. Boom. 4 more torch holders right there. Come on. You can do it, Hellhammer. Let's see if this one gets hot enough. Because the fire's getting real low in this forge here. Oh, have y'all seen the some of the dev posts that they've put out recently that show like the forge with like an actual bellows on it? I am super excited about that. By the way, like that whole thing like just excites me. They also showed like, you know, a quality system maybe. Where, you know, if you do a good job at forging it and quenching the tools at the right time, they'll be of better quality. I also think that's going to be good. And fishing. They're also posting a lot about potentially adding fishing and rivers to the next major update. They've also shown like a water wheel. I know the community in general is very excited about all this. I know I am, because that's all super exciting to me. Let me check something real quick, because I'm not seeing y'all if y'all are chatting. Hold on. Okay, well. Looks like chat's just a little quiet tonight. That's alright. Let me throw this back on here and get it back up to heat a little bit. Come on, 2 more hits. There we go. Ooh. It's nice to have some more iron back under my belt, though, because I was running real low on iron. Yep. Like, I was down to, like, 1 ingot or something. So it's good to have, you know, be back up to, like, 11 ingots here. Once I get these processed, you know, even better. Alright. Come on. What I actually might go do, just to not stand there and start the Hellhammer here. Gonna load that up, get my ingots out, get some ingots in there. Let's see here, because I need... Do I have another pickaxe? Yes, I do. So I don't need another pickaxe right this second. But I do need an axe and a falx. So that's 2. I could use another saw here pretty soon. We'll say 3. So 3 ingots needed for tools right now. Wow, this thing is really slowing down. So, we'll use 3 of these ingots to make some tools. And then the rest are probably going to be for, like, mostly arrowheads. So let's go ahead and put some of them down. We don't need all of them. So yeah, so we'll use 3 for tools and 4 for arrowheads. That should give me a good start on arrowheads, I think. Come on. Just 1 more row of voxels on that one. After that, come on. A little faster though, Hellhammer. And this is one of those things where I should definitely consider making, like, the second Hellhammer, I think, that works on the same anvil, but you can do that. Alright, so let me go ahead and get my torch out, because what I'm going to do is get that lit. There we go. Grab my hammer. That way I can work these. Let them get up to heat there. Keep an eye on this, just kind of go back and forth a little bit. See, eventually what I'll do is I'll move the whole blacksmith shop up here, I think. And then repurpose this room down here for something else. Because I also plan to put, like, my cementation furnace out back so I can do blister steel and stuff. Throw 1 more in there. Just keep that nice and hot. Man, I'm just struggling with these. Alright, I'm gonna let it finish. I'll just work this other one by myself because I could have finished it already at this rate. There we go. Hammer. Okay, snipping tool. Watch this. We're gonna race the nearly finished Hellhammer. Alright. Okay, so let's do this, and over, and over, down. And done. See, look at that. Alright, let's go see if the elevator finished. It did. Alright. But I'm clearly faster, though. There you go. Turn that thing off. There we go. Alright, now let's get the stuff we need. So we need one of these. So we'll do our Fox first. Where is it? There it is. I know I could do, like, you know, the short sword. I just like the Fox, though. That was about to be a snipping tool, which I did not want. Alright, we'll leave it on over. Go. Cool. Let's bring these down. Take those over. Actually, bring this one over too. Here we go. Welcome to the stream, folks. See, I got some more folks. I hope you all are having a good day. That was not where I wanted that. I wanted those to go over. Not down. Over. Over. There we go. There we go. And let's see here. So that's 3. So I'll be there, and then those 2. So I need 2 more. Go ahead and just bring them over. There we go. There we go. Just keep the fire lit. All right. So let's go ahead and bring these 2 down. And we'll bring the next 2 over. And then we'll bring them down. And over. And then down. Folks. Hey, Sean. How's it going? That's right. I'm streaming on a Tuesday night. Yeah, I almost never stream on, like, Tuesday nights. Alright, so we got the Fox. Now we need Nex. I'm actually, so we'll go ahead and talk about this because, you know, we're just chilling and doing some smithing anyways. I've been watching how YouTube's been working, and I've decided I want to do more streaming content. So basically, I find that I prefer streaming with you all and hanging out with you all. And YouTube seems to reward that. I'm doing well, man. You doing good? But yeah, so since YouTube seems to be favoring streaming content as well as short form content, I'm still going to do some long form content, don't worry. Like, it's going to be like, you know, game reviews, just taking little looks at games and stuff, but a lot of my content's going to be moving to streaming, I think. So, that's why I'm streaming. Alright. Oh, fire went out. So I got my axe, got my box. I already have another pickaxe. What was the other tool I needed? Saw. That's what it was. It was a saw. Almost forgot. But that's why we're streaming. I'm going to be doing this more often, have some more of these evening streams. Well, evening for me. Yeah, you know, I like just hanging out and chilling. It's a great way to kill time. And, because, you know, I'm trying to burn some time in my vanilla playthrough anyways, so. Works well for me. And it's me spending less time editing, because, one, I'm just not particularly great at editing, let's be honest. You know, we all have our strengths. Editing is not mine. But it also means I get to spend more time playing the games I enjoy and hanging out with the folks that like hanging out with me. So, I think it's a win-win. There we go. Alright. And also, Sean, I don't know if you caught this earlier, but I am working on setting up a multiplayer Vintage Story server for members of my community, so if people are interested, join my Discord for details. You know. Alright, so saw, axe, and fox. I'll keep the fox on me because mine's about to break anyways. So is this hammer. Oh no. I'm going to put the saw away though. And the axe, because I don't really need the axe right this second. It can go right there. Beautiful. Alright. Now we're going to make some arrowheads. Not scales, I don't want scales. I'm curious why... Okay, so iron arrowhead, iron arrowhead. I can get 6, or I can get 9, and they both only require 1 ingot. I guess the 9 one is a bit more difficult of a pattern to make. We're gonna have to try this out. I've never made iron arrowheads before. I'm also gonna feed my character real quick before I forget about it. There we go. Alright. Okay. So let's go and just... There's that one. Okay. Trying to figure out what's going to be difficult about making this pattern. I guess it's one of those things where you just have less opportunities to like mess up. Because you've got to use more of the voxels to make the shape. Because there's a couple where you only have like a few voxels, and if you mess up, you're done. Okay. Let's go ahead and push these two that I'll need over there over. Need those. Let's bring that one down. Yeah, oh, I can definitely see where this is going to be tough. Okay, okay, hold on. I kind of see here how this is going to work. Alright, but we can make this work. This will be... I got this. I've done shapes of this difficulty before. So let's bring that one over. Push those two up. No, actually, no. I'll go ahead and bring those down. That'll be slightly easier, I think, in the long run. There we go. Yep, and bring that one down. Cool. Now, we need to bring this over and down. And we need to bring this one over and down. Alright, and that leaves me just this one here to work with, right? So you might be thinking, well, Fallon, how are we going to fix this? And if you've never played Vintage Story, played with the smithing a whole lot, it could be concerning. But what you can do is on these ones here that are on the edges, you can actually knock them up and bring them over and down. And there you go. And now we can just snip out the extras. So like that one and that one. And part of the reason, you know, I've had to learn to do that kind of stuff is when you're making shears, there's a point where you need to do that. Oh, my hammer broke. Good thing I have an extra. I always keep an extra hammer, folks. Otherwise, you can run into real problems real fast. There we go. 9 arrowheads. I'm going to go quench these real quick. No, some didn't make it into the water. There we go. Come on, arrowheads. You done cooling off there? Good. Alright. I'm going to put my extra iron away. I think we're going to stop smithing there for the moment. There we go. And let me come over here. Where's my arrows? I have somewhere where I store my arrows. Yeah, I love the blacksmithing in this game. And they're improving it, by the way. The devs have posted some short videos and little teasers. So right now, this is the forge currently in the game, right? Very basic, but still definitely gets the point across that this is a forge. You put coal in it, you put your metal in it, you warm it up. Well, in the videos they've released on like some of the dev posts, they've changed the shape of this a bit, which is cool. They made it look more like an actual forge. And then on the side, like right about where this block that I'm using as like a little table is, they've added a bellows that you use to actually heat up the forge after you light it. And that's going to be super cool. And they also have it so that you like hold the piece of metal in it. You don't just put the metal on it. You like hold the piece of metal in it with your tongs, and then you bring it over to the anvil, just like you would in a real shop. And I'm super excited to see how that works when it drops, because let me tell you, I love blacksmithing. Oh, where's my? I need more sticks. Yeah, I'm super excited to see how that goes. Need some more sticks, because what I'm going to do is take my sticks, some feathers, and these nice iron arrowheads I just made, and make a whole bunch of iron arrows. There we go. And the reason we're making all these iron arrows is because in the next story section, they're going to be somewhat important. And I need a good place to put these arrows. You know what? I think it's time just to make another box. There we go. And we'll take... I don't really want to use these iron nails. I will. I'll use one iron nail. There we go. Alright, and... Here's a good place to put my weapons box, I think. You know what? I will just do right there. This will be my arrow box. There we go. And grab my other arrows that I have over here. The cheap arrows. Beautiful. Okay. Alright. And then we'll put these iron blooms in here. And I need to put that crock away. Keep the sword. Keep all of that. Actually. That fine. Yep, there we go. Make that into boards. Something else I'd like to see at some point is a way to make sticks out of like firewood or something. I know there's mods for it, but you know, I think it makes sense to be able to like, carve sticks to me. Alright, there's that. And then I want some more sticks. That's right. Grab a few more sticks. And then there's my dry grass. Grab some more dry grass. The other thing I did is I made 4 more brass torch holders. Let's make a few extra. There we go. Get some more torches here. And now I'm going to show you all something really cool that I learned from another YouTuber who plays this game. So I need to light these torches. I can just light this fire with the torches in it. And if we watch it, over time they'll heat up, and it'll just light the torches for you. I'm going to throw 2 more pieces of wood in there, so you don't have to sit there and light them yourself. There we go. And some more food for me to carry around. Close all that up. How are we doing? There we go. It's getting there. It's not like the fastest thing, but if you don't want to spend a whole bunch of time doing it yourself, you know. Just waiting for that to finish. Let's go see How the outside looks. Looks good out here. Still low drifter activity, which that's fine by me. Here's my elk chilling. Being a good elk. There we go. Alright, I can save that piece of firewood. Beautiful. And put this pot back there. Alright. I left my lamp upstairs at night. I did leave my lamp upstairs. So then you're going like, wait a minute, there's a tool missing from my hotbar. Yep, left my lamp upstairs. I'm also carrying my hammer that I don't need to carry around. Man, I'm gonna be a scatterbrain today. There we go. Stay. Now let's go put these torch holders out. But anyway, Sean, you were here when I finished my dock and warehouse, right? Let's see here. I do need a little bit of stone. I'm gonna need some andesite. Yeah. I want some andesite while we're over here so I can get the decorative blocks I want. This work. No, I want to leave those because those look nice. There we go. We'll mine some andesite over here. There we go. Mined a little bit of andesite that had no risk of collapse. Alright, there we go. Now I can keep my cool design that I was going for. There we go. I wanted some andesite cobblestone in case people were wondering what was going on there. Because I need to get some more lights down this way. Oop, it's all off over there. Alrighty. Wait, do I have any andesite in here? No, this is all conglomerate. So, what I was thinking about doing is, like right here on the end of the dock, we're going to go up a little bit. And we're going to put torch holder. And torch holder. That way, we can do this. And this. And that way it's nice and lit up for my docks in the evening. And then we're going to come down and take the rest of these. So I've got that lamp there. That's kind of the end of my lamps where I ran out. I was doing them every 13, so we're going to go here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So this block right here should be our next one. Light. Now the difference is these torches don't put out as much light as the lamps, unfortunately. So I'm not sure if we're going to put out enough to be effective there. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. There we go. So that one right there. Alright. That actually gets us pretty much all the way down my road to my docks. Almost. I think I could probably go with like another one like in this area somewhere. But we'll see how that goes. Now, for people who know, normally, in Vintage Story, torches only last like 48 hours, and then they go out. Torch holders make them last forever. Which is the glorious thing about torch holders. But for those who didn't get to see it, this is my dock that I spent, like, a full winter building, basically, for my sailboat. And then this is a warehouse I built to go with the dock, so that basically when I come back from adventures, I can drop stuff off in here. I forgot I left a shiver in here. Come here. Bad shiver. Bad. There we go. This is why I need more torch holders. So I can put torches in here. Because as you can see right now, there's no lights in here. However, I do have a light here in my cellar. This is a cellar that I built back behind my dock and warehouse. So that when I bring back, like, perishable goods, I can put them in there. That's something I'm going to have to fix, though. I'm going to need some more brass. Which actually means I need to go mine copper. That's going to be one of the other major projects today is mining some copper. I also need to finish, like, lining my walkway here. I've been slowly but surely, like, lining the side of my road in this andesite cobblestone just because I like the look of it. But, yeah, this is my road that I built. Mining that tunnel out was a lot of work. It was like 2 or 3 iron picks to get it all done. And more stone than I knew what to do with. I mean, it gave me a fair amount of andesite to get this paving done, as well as plenty of stone to make stone pathway with. I'm still drowning in conglomerate stones that I'm not sure what I'm going to use them all for. Alright, I should get rid of this fence that I have. I know the fence doesn't match perfectly, but that's okay. I'm just using it for fun. I'm putting a nice fence walkway down. There we go. Mostly doing this just to get it out of my inventory at this point. There. Okay. But let's get our elk. I don't even need my elk. Let's just get the stuff we need to go and mine some copper, because I'm out of copper. And yeah, I don't know if I've mined that one out or not. So we'll go mine that one out. Then, oh, there was another one. I think I mined this one that was over here out already. So we'll go mine this one out real quick. And then, is there still one over here? I have to go double check that. There's some down there. But my big copper mine is way over here. Where is it? There's. I was just being blind. Okay. It's down this way. So I have to sail down there and get to it. The other thing I need to do is I want to come up here and find chromite. I'd also like to find a better reading for hematite. Lots of things to do while we work on stuff. I also need to find some more iron, actually. Definitely gonna have to find some more magnetite. So we got zinc over there. But that doesn't help me. What do we have up here? Bismuth, cinnabar. As you can see, lots of work to do. So let's get some food. Go in here. And go hit that prospecting stuff. What's this? Yeah, that's the little bit of salt I have found. Alright, I'll throw that in there. So it's got 4 servings. We'll go ahead and grab that. That way we've got 2 things of food. There we go. Keep the sword with me. That there. Yeah, these will be good for a few days. Alright, I will need some more sticks though. And let's put that in there. And then, yeah, my clay can go in here. And to make the stick problem easy, there. Grab some of my stored up sticks. And my other pickaxe. There we are. Beautiful. Alright. Let's go on an adventure, folks. Let me grab my shovel before I run off. Yeah. I don't need a full... I shouldn't need a whole bunch of durability on my shovel there. First, put that little copper node right over there. Next to the boat. And then we'll go and see about getting some copper elsewhere. Look at the goat. Just a goat walking around out there on the ice. I do love how the wildlife does just like roam around and stuff in this game. And they do kind of migrate. Like my sheep that I caught, I was able to capture them as close as I did to base because they kind of came down out of the mountains during the winter as it was getting colder, like as it was leading up into winter. So I took the opportunity to entice them into a new home. Alright, so this copper should be right over here. There it is. Alright. So we'll just grab this up off the ground here real quick. There you go. Am I hungry again already? Alright. There we go. That solves that problem. Okay, back to my copper. I don't know how deep down this is going to be. The main problem is, with this being conglomerate stone, it's very prone to cave-ins. And of course, it's also not right on the surface. That'd make life too easy. Leave that one as my way out for now. Alright. When dealing with copper and conglomerate like this, I almost do find it's easier just to strip mine it. Otherwise, you'll just be dropping rocks on yourself constantly. Alright, it should have been just like right here. It also tends to be a little deep sometimes, I've noticed. Come on, where's the copper? That was not back that way. Let me grab my pro pick. Alright. We'll just break that one. Small amounts. Oh, it's right there. Okay, so it's just one layer down. Alright. That's fine. That's fine. We can work with that. But with small amounts, there's not going to be very much here. Let's see here. And it's poor quality, too. So it's not going to be a lot. Okay, so let's knock this one out. Knock that one out just to make sure there's no copper behind it. There isn't. Okay. And this is just a small node, so this may be all of it right here. No, yeah, we're sitting on top of the bauxite. There's not going to be any more copper. Yeah, so we could just do another reading real quick. There's a copper somewhere. Okay. It's going to be behind like one of these. There it is. Let's do one more check. Yep, no, nothing. And then let's get our way out of here. So knock out that block. Knock out that block. Knock out that one. And then just because I don't feel like carrying all this gravel with me. Oh, that one fell on me. There we go. Fill in the hole a little bit. See here, we'll put this copper in here. And then we'll go drop off our stones in my stone box. But I hope everybody's having a nice evening. Well, evening for me. Whatever time it is for you all. My day was pretty good today. Hung out with my kid a little bit before he went to bed after I got home from work. Had a nice family dinner. I've introduced my kid to, you know, anime and TV shows from my childhood. And he's finding that he likes them. There we go. Alright, let's go sailing. There we go. It's our first... Oh, I've got my boat stuck. Come on, boat. Get unstuck, please. Alright. Still learning to park in this thing that I built. Alright, let's zoom out a little bit. Go. Yeah, that's better. Go on a nice little journey. But yeah, so I got to hang out with my kid. Got some work done at work. Got to have an impromptu fire drill. Which wasted a nice, like, 30-40 minutes at work. You got to make sure everybody got out. Then you got to figure out, well, who's working remotely today, who's not. You know, all that fun stuff. Alright, my copper mine should be right over there. Is that it? Am I looking at it? I think it's right here. Yep, there it is. That's something else I hope to see at some point, is for them to make, like, I'm gonna throw my ore and stuff in here. Actually, I'll throw most of my supplies in here. There we go. I'll keep those sticks with me. Cool. I'd like to see them make, like, anchors more valuable at some point. Because you can make anchors currently in the game, but yeah, they're not, like, the most effective. Like, they don't do anything. Alright, I've checked that. There's nothing there. There. Where is this copper mine? I have to remember. Yeah, I think this is it down here. Yeah, so I was down here, and my copper mine is over here. If I remember correctly. So I've been chasing it around. And then if I break out one of these blocks here. Yeah, there's copper in here somewhere. So let's go here. Let's knock this out real quick. Because there's the ladder. And I'm going to bet that the copper is like under this somewhere. This is getting more andesite with which to make my andesite cobblestone I'm using for my little road project. Let's see if I can't find that copper. Here we go. Because this is also like a good vein. There's like a rich vein of copper. It was chasing. Might also be, because I also know there's like some back this way too. You can see where I was laying in mining supports over here. The main problem over here, I was starting to get like drifters and stuff. You do have to be careful because this stuff's getting very unstable in this area. No, let's check. Let's do a quick check. Oh yeah, no, the advanced mechanics of this game are great. So there's still native copper around here somewhere. My luck, I'm under it. Let's see here. Does it get any better? Oh, it is. So we're getting closer to it. All right, so I need to keep going this way. But yeah, no, the advanced mechanics of this game are awesome. Because I love survival games, and like I'll be honest, I played a lot of Minecraft, and then just this year, one of my friends told me about Vintage Story, and I love it. It's like everything I've ever wanted in a survival game, pretty much. What are we doing over there? Still medium amounts. Alright, so I'm not... Okay, so let's go down a little bit. It could be above me, it could be down. Yeah, I've heard about Hytale. I've not played Hytale, so I don't know anything. I don't know much about it. Obviously, I know it's a voxel game, but I've not played it or really done much looking into it. However, that all said, I am curious about it. Large amounts, yep, it's definitely deeper. So the copper is below me. I'm just gonna knock all this out just because I don't like having rocks overhead. And there's the copper right there. Nice. So, can you tell me more about it? Because as I said, I don't know much about Hytale itself. Like, I heard that it was, in theory, going to die. I knew that part just from watching some of the chatter online about it. Let's go this way. Actually, do this way. Like, is there a story like there is with Vintage Story, or is there, a goal, or is it much like Minecraft in that you just kind of do what you want? Kind of like Minecraft with more polished story, exploration, FX, quality, and support, everything general. Okay. So, in some ways, it's kind of like Vintage Story in that there is like a story and stuff. But it does... I mean, it sounds good. I'm definitely going to have to keep an eye on it. Alright. And I'm not going to be able to stay down here in this mine too much longer. As the temporal stability starts to get a little untenable. I think the main difference is Hytale's more focused on magic. Okay. And RPG style. As class. Okay. Also first class mod support. Okay, so that's good. I mean, that was kind of one of my major gripes about Minecraft is, people are always telling me about all the cool mods and stuff for it, but I always just struggled with getting, like, mods installed in it and stuff. Maybe it's just because I didn't have a lot of experience with it, but, And that's one of the things that I love about Vintage Story is that it's so easy to mod. If we're honest. I'll just knock this one out. I was right. I figured there's more. Yeah, there it is right there. Okay. Well. Yeah, and that was the main thing, is I wanted to mod on servers. Now, I've had friends who've run modded servers that I guess had the patience to deal with it, but I never did. Because my son loves Minecraft, obviously, like my kid. Because, what kid doesn't love Minecraft, generally? And he kept running into problems if he wanted to mod Minecraft, and the mods he wanted were mods I just couldn't figure out how to get them to work and things like that, and it was just a whole mess. And that's what kind of made me very frustrated. And that was around the time I discovered Vintage Story, and that's also when I discovered Vintage Story. It's very easy to mod, and I showed that to my son. And my son plays Vintage Story with me. And he's just like, I like Minecraft, but Vintage Story is, better in the sense that he can get what he wants out of it, which is the mods and things. But again, I'm not one of those people. I'm not gonna like poo-poo on Minecraft about it, because without Minecraft, Vintage Story wouldn't exist. Hytale wouldn't exist. So there we go. I think that's gonna be most of it. Come in, create mod for Minecraft if you haven't tried it. Okay. I've heard about some of the mods like that. I've never tried Create, but I've heard the name before. Alright. Need to get out of the mine before this temporal stability becomes an issue. Alright. Oh, hello. Surprise me, Drifter. Bad Drifter. Alright. Anybody else? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Alright. Work our way back up. Which way is my ladder? I think my ladder's over here. Yeah, because one of my friends used to play with a set of Minecraft mods, and it might have even been like Terra Firmacraft. That eventually became Vintage Story. That added things like, electricity and drills and whatnot. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check. And I have to ask him what mod list he used. He's also, funny enough, the same friend who introduced me to Vintage Story. And I'm trying to get him to join me in... Why is that, like, doing that? Alright, come on. To open the... Let me open the chest. Thank you. There we go. Alright. So it's just decent. But that's enough copper for what I wanted. I'm going to take this andesite with me. There we go. Cool. Alright, so that's the copper acquired that I wanted. At some point I need to find halite. I've just not been very lucky with the halite. I could go and try and get some chromite. There you go. And since you like the advanced mechanics of this game, here in Vintage Story, Have you been watching some of the dev stuff that they've been talking about with adding water wheels and whatnot? Because I'm very excited to see them add like water wheels and then of course rivers and fishing, since that's also been mentioned. Let's see here. What was the sulfurite reading I found? 34 sulfurite. Where is it? Is it over here? Yeah, so it's over there. So I'll have to go over there and get some more zinc. Getting myself stuck on a little island here. I should probably quit trying to navigate this island in the dark and actually look at my map. Yeah, because the other thing I'm going to have to do here soon in this playthrough is I'm going to have to look for another iron mine, because mine is played out, I believe. It was also not a very good iron mine. It was a poor quality iron mine. But what I'm doing right now is I'm going to head up this way and do a couple samples up there. Since I've gotten a reading of chromite here, minuscule, so useless, but there's no chromite over here, so I'm guessing it's in this direction. And if I want to get to making sturdy leather, I'm going to need chromite. The character's hungry again. There we go. Alright, let's see here where we're at map-wise. Let's go that way. So let's get over here and do a little poking around. The other problem we got is this island right here, this area, is just temporally unstable like crazy down here. Just crazily unstable. I'm just wondering, what is that? That looks like a ruin of some sort, doesn't it? Let's head over to that. Right here. Can't tell if that's a ruin or something. It looks like there might be some other stuff there. Yeah, we're right on track for it. Let's see what we find, folks. There we go. Alright. Found a seashell. That's my rich activities column. Alright. So, this was not a ruin on the shore. This is just a very strangely... Oh, no, it is a ruin. Right here. Okay. Alright. The quartz pillar in claystone. Wait, I don't see any... Oh, stairs. I'm just seeing if I see any exposed, like, silver. I think I can also prospect for it. See if there's silver in this quartz layer. Let's find out. Let's find out. There's native copper here somewhere in this layer. Hilarious. We'll mind that out in a second. I'm gonna finish exploring these ruins. Alright. Anything else over here, ruin-wise? Oh, we found a cracked vessel. It's a food vessel. Let's see what we get. Ah, yes. Flax. Exactly what I needed. It's just funny because of how much flax I have. Alright. Yep, so there's some copper bits right there, so we'll take those. And we'll just grab our shovel and dig out this gravel real quick, get it out of the way. Yep, and there's the native copper right there. Alright, let's go ahead and grab it. I'm going to guess claystone is not... Yeah, claystone is very much not stable. Got it. What we're going to do is we're going to, like, do this. Oh, God. Of course, there's one on the ceiling. Let's see here. There we go. We're going to trick it. There's another one on the ceiling. How have I not caused a cave-in? How have I not caused a cave-in yet? I don't know. Actually, let's do that one. Okay, good there. And let's do there. Okay. Alright, alright. We're gambling today. With our mining. Oh my goodness. This is a huge amount of copper. Man, it's medium quality too. Oh. Good lord. This is a huge amount of copper. Okay, got that one. So let's move over here a little bit. Let's see what we can do. So I want that one. So basically, if I can safely break out the block above it, usually it won't collapse. There we go. Alright. Man, so much copper. Okay. Alright. So what I think I'm going to do here is we're going to take a little bit of a risk. We're going to break out, like, that one. Good. Okay, so that didn't collapse. Alright. And we go down. There's one there, too. How far... I'm impressed none of that collapsed. Alright, so let's do this one. I mean, I wanted copper. Okay, okay. Alright. Okay. Now let's do that one. Okay, now let's see if we can get this one out. Alright, I think we got all that copper. Let's do one check here, real quick. Good. Alright, we got all the copper, somehow. Wasn't what we came here for, but... certainly not gonna complain about it, either. Here, we'll throw that there. Throw... There we go. And where can we throw this one? Right there. There we go. Alright. Now let's get back to exploring these ruins. Now we do have another vessel over here. We got some aged polished claystone too. Nice. What kind of vessels? It's a forage vessel. Ooh, we got some chalkstone. Would be cool if I was still looking for limestone. I'm not. I have I have a whole area where I go and mine limestone now. But alright, that gave us something here. Now, I wanted to find a good spot to take like a reading over here. Actually, what am I doing? I can just do it right there where I was mining. Oh, man. Okay. Let's see here. Well, this is going to be dangerous to take a reading in, but we'll try it. We'll try it. All right. Let's see here. So let's do a density search. Let's do that one. We'll do this one. All right. One more search. One more node. And let's see here. Let's do that one. Wow. Minuscule amounts. All right. So it did not improve significantly here. All right, so let me go ahead and mark this here. We're going to say boat is here. Boat. Just so I know where my boat is. We're going to go inland a little more. Yeah, because this stuff... So this can host halite, in theory. Then maybe we'll get lucky and find like a halite reading or something this way. I'd love to find some halite in this, because I've never actually found halite in Vintage Story, by the way. You know, I just realized I'm walking into a forest here in the game during medium rift activity, like 4 a.m. I'm asking to be jumped by like a bear and wolves. We'll take the free resin though. Free resin's always good. Alright, let's see here where we are, map-wise. So we'll head down to this cave over here. Let's see about taking a reading there. Got raccoons. Alright, where's that cave? Alright. Nope. Any more of y'all? By the way, if you have the option to wear tailored canvas and armor, do it. That's my advice. Because that has saved me so much in this playthrough. Alright, because I was trying to get over here to this cave. Yeah, that is like a straight down drop. So is that one. I'm not seeing anything sticking out immediately down there. And it's the way it's set up. Taking a reading there is going to be difficult. Let's see if we can find some exposed rock over here instead. Like right here. Alright, so let's do this one. So we'll do that rock. Why am I cold? My character is shivering. Is this far enough? Yep. Okay. And then we'll do like this one. Very poor chromite. So the chromite is going up this way. Okay. Alright. Oh, we hit halite. There's a poor halite reading here. Good to know. I need a small tree. Congratulations, Pine Tree. You just volunteered firewood duty. kind of shocked my character's, like, cold. My character's wearing, like, a whole bunch of warm clothing and stuff. Alright, so let's see here. Firewood. I didn't even bring my extra axe either. Yeah, it's got the durability for it. There we go. Alright, let's do that. And that. You know what? This gives me an opportunity to cook up this meat. So, you know, we'll take it as a small blessing right here. There we go. Cook up that meat here. Let's see, what time is it? It's early enough in the day. We don't need our lamp anymore. But everyone having a good day out there? Good Lord, I can talk tonight. It's nighttime where I'm at. It's like 10 or almost 11 p.m. where I'm at. So. Let's feed my character real quick. And we'll eat this bowl of porridge. And then I'll eat some of this meat. What's that sun cooking? What is that over there? Oh, that's a tree. I saw that little dark spot right there, like just kind of peeking out, like right there. And I was like, is that a wolf just sitting over there or a bear? No, it's just some leaves in the distance. I was like, wait a minute, what am I seeing? I'm about to get jumped by a bear? I'm not really equipped to fight a bear. Wolves, yes. Bear, that's a bit hairier. That's... There's more wolves out there, though. I just heard them. So, you know. But I'm not super worried about wolves. Like, this Gambus in armor, totally worth it. It's a lot, and if you're growing, like, large amounts of flax anyways, it's very cheap. You know. I haven't tried it in a fight against something, like, super dangerous, like a bear, or... You know, out. I was stepping into the fire trying to get this. I just saw this thing of resin I wanted. I accidentally burned my character. But I haven't tried it against, like, you know, bear or like a tainted or corrupted drifter. But you know, it's enough to like keep you mostly safe, especially like, against like surface stuff and just stuff around the base. But since we got a halite reading here, we're going to go and do some poking around to see if we can't get a better halite reading. Because it's poor. That's almost as good as the highest reading I got way over here. So, like, the only other place I found halite was here. And the highest reading I got was like 19.27. But it was poor. And I did mine down there. Like, I did go underwater and dig a trench down looking for it. And looking around and just nothing. So we're going to see if we can't find something that isn't underwater here. There we go. That meat's... It's getting there. This works out because my character was a little low on protein anyways. There we go. Nice. I'll let the rest of this finish cooking off. This will also help me warm up because apparently my character had gotten cold. I mean, it is like middle of December, so I suppose that's justification for being cold. Let's pop up here a second, see if I can't get a look around. Let's see here. Alright. A lot of forest. Oh, there's a trader right there. I was literally like 10 feet from a trader. Hilarious. Alright, let's see here if I can mark him on the map. Yep, there he is, right there, trader. Make him yellow for the moment. We don't know what kind of trader he is until we go and talk to him, which we will go do in a second. I like to keep track of traders because, you know, I like trading. And it also gives me something to do with the crazy amounts of flax I grow, because you can make flax bread and some of the traders will buy it, like the treasure hunter and the survival traders will buy like your flax bread and stuff. It should be enough. There we go. I will say one thing though. After having played with culinary artillery and expanded foods, I miss them. Because normally I would have just, because in those I would have just taken that bushmeat, especially when I'm out exploring like this, and just converted it into jerky. Alright, what kind of trader are you? Oh, there you are. You're a furniture trader. What's your name, bud? Felipe. Hi, Felipe. And he'll buy bismuth bronze nails, copper nails, and tin brown nails. Okay. He sells chests and ladders. And iron fencing. There you go. So let me update my thing and go... No, not add. I want to update. There we go. Now I just know it's a furniture trader for the future. Alright, back to the search for halite. So, we got a decent reading here, or poor reading I should say, so let's go this way a little bit more. And find a good place to take another reading real quick. Alright. We could just dig into the side of this hill here. Find some exposed rock like that. Yeah, but we'll just dig out a little bit more. So we got that one. So what we're going to do is we're going to dig down a little bit. So we've got one, we've come down 3. So if we do this one down here, and then if we come over like just a few. I don't mind the plant. There we go. Alright. And put this plant over here. There we go. Stay. Good plant. Alright. So what we can do, because you kind of want to do these narrow, as close together as you can. So we do that one. We do this one. And then if we do this one. Yeah, the halite reading went up. As did the chromite. Which is... No, actually chromite went down. So chromite was higher over here. And minuscule over here. So I think we probably need to go back and go down this way maybe for chromite. That doesn't make sense though. Okay, because I didn't get any over here. Although with getting the minuscule readings of halite down here, I just realized very poor. But it disappears here. Oh, so there's like halite out under this ocean. That's the thing that can happen by the way. We got like 2 different halite readings. Interesting. I'm going to guess that the chromite might be down in this area. Which is one of the things I'm looking for. Alright. I'm going to put this dirt in my inventory just because it's useful to have. So let's go this way another little bit and see if our halite reading improves. I'm going to do a little short range. We got quartz. And I just want to see if any of this quartz has silver in it. Just quartz. Okay. Because the silver, I think, will show up if it's within range when you do the short range thing. And the silver always shows up in quartz. Same with gold. By the way, for people who are not used to looking for those metals in this game, you find them in quartz veins. Alright, so we've gone a little bit further. So let's do another test. Sample. Oh, wait. Grab this resin. Because I've been running a little low on resin anyway, so let's do... We'll do like this one. Here, so we'll do that one. And we'll do like... I think this one should be far enough. Nope, not quite. How about this one? There we go. And then if we come over here, And I'm gonna have to do like, you know, here's what we'll do. We'll go right there. It looks like it went down. Yeah, it did. So let's go back over here. We'll go down this way and see what we get. Chromite went up, but halite went down. Alright, I'm more worried about the halite right now, honestly. So let's go back this way a bit. Well, the chromite would be nice for making sturdy leather. And my cat's having like some sort of fit over there. You okay over there, cat? My cat was like freaking out. Not real sure what was going on. Actually, there's some like pretty steep ledges over here. We might even see if the halite is over here. It could even be exposed. That is a thing that can happen. Let's see here. Let's do... We've gone far enough. We can do another reading. Because when you're starting to try and narrow it down, like I am, it would help if I don't fall into these trees. I'm a little worried I'm about to fall into a cave. There we go. Ah, I can see now. Yeah, this is kind of a pit down here. Alright. That's okay. That's okay. Alright, let's do a sample here. And we'll do a sample here. And then let's go over here and do one. Now the problem with it, if the halite is over here, yeah, that halite reading went up a lot over here. Okay. We're at like 26 here, so let's keep going that way. If I can figure out a good way out of here. I fell into a hole. Okay, alright, we can keep going. There we go. We're free. Alright, what is that down there? It's a bear. I kind of want to fight the bear. Did I get the bear? Let's see here. We're going to do something a little... Yeah. This is why I brought these boards. Okay, so we're going to go board. And we got a temporal storm coming in. This is not the proper way to fight a bear. Actually, totally is the proper way to fight a bear in this game. If you find a bear in a pit... Oh, it tried to get me. It tried. Oh, it's trying. She's angry. She was angry. Alright, there we go. We're going to take all that with us. Alright. Now, let's go this way a little bit further before this temporal storm arrives. And see if we can't get a little bit better halite reading. Let's do a density search like right here. We're gonna go up as high as we can. That's one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do 5 here. Right, there's that one. So we need to go 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Yeah, that should be far enough. The halite is continuing to increase. Alright. If I can just get out of this forest now. Okay. Oh, found a nice open area. Look at this. So we're going to keep working our way this way a little bit. We might, if the halite is over here with this much open of it, we might even see it. Oh, hello. Found something interesting. What is this? We have a pink apple tree. I don't think I've seen a pink apple tree. All right. Well. Yep. We'll take those with us. And that's not really what we're here for. And actually, one of the things I can do is get rid of this pine cone. I don't need this pine cone. The pine cone. There you go, pine cone. Enjoy. You're now the tree of that island. Alright, so... grab some more sticks. Get some chicken of the woods. Alright, let's do another sample right here real quick. Let's go there. And we'll go down there. And then we'll do over here. Nope, that wasn't far enough. Hold on. There we go. Decent halite. So we're up to 30%. And high bismuth. Alright. This is a place where we might want to do some poking around for halite. The thing is, with halite... oh my goodness. Look at all that up there. Alright, game. Apparently you've decided to fulfill my wish for copper in this expedition. Alright, well, that's apparently, game decided I was going to mine copper today. Said I wanted copper. The game has decided to gift me copper. It's also going to be a nice place to hang out during the temporal storm that's about to blow in. Alright, look at all this. Just tons of copper. It's only medium quality, but that's okay. Really? Okay. I'm just happy I didn't drop that one on myself. Alright. How much copper is in here? The answer seems to be a lot. Well, there's why. Okay, so let's see here. What can we do? There we go, got those. What I'm going to do real quick, because we need to clear out some space, is let's get rid of these clay stones, because I really don't need them. And we're also going to build ourselves a little fire real quick. So I'm going to do it like right here. There we go. Because we're at the point we got to consolidate a little bit of inventory. Let's do this, and we'll throw like a couple more pieces of firewood in there. There. Perfect. And beautiful. Got ourselves a little fire going. We'll go ahead and eat this bush meat here. Top off our meters a little bit. There we go. Eat some of our porridge as well. Try to decide what I want to do with the spare pelt. I'm going to save it because I'm going to take it home and make it into leather. Man, it's a good amount of copper that we're getting here. Not what we're looking for, but, you know. You had to have everything you ask for. Alright, I think... Nope, that's not all the copper. There we go. Break this one out. That's all the copper. Oh, wait. Yep, there's another copper nugget right there. Look at that. Alright, folks. But we're going to stop here soon. Because I do need to get to bed. I unfortunately do have a day job, which I'll have to go to here in the morning. So, I think what we'll do is we're going to call it here, and we will continue the search for Howlite in the next stream. And I do plan to be streaming a lot more often than I've been streaming. Because one of the things that YouTube's kind of showed me, anyways, at least as far as my viewers and the games that I play are concerned, streaming seems to do better than the long-form videos. And honestly, I prefer streaming and hanging out with you guys anyways. Y'all are fun to hang out with. I like talking to y'all. So, we'll be seeing me do more of that. I'll still do some long-form stuff for people who are interested. It's mostly going to be, you know, quick looks at game reviews and stuff, and, you know, maybe how-to videos on how to do certain things in the game. But anyways, thank you all for joining me this evening my time, whatever time it is for you all. I'm going to have to call out here because I do have to get to bed and get some sleep before I have to go to work tomorrow. So, thank you all so much, and we'll catch you next time, and you all have a wonderful day.